Your next smartphone screen could be made of wood. That's right, wood. I'm not even joking. Let's get into it. This is cool.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back to eSIM Studios. As always, my name is Taylor Bell, where we continually bring you the best mobile technology news, reviews, and everything in between, right? So this is one of the leaks, one of the news stories that I absolutely love, and it is a little shocking by the title, but it is very true. Now, I don't expect your very next smartphone, well, I guess it could be depending on how often you upgrade, right? If you upgrade like me every few months, no, but if you upgrade every 2 to 3 years, maybe, yes, wood. Your next smartphone screen could be made of wood. There is a new piece of information that got released that describes that statement, and it is very interesting, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. So here we have Android Authority put out a article today stating that your next smartphone screen could be made of wood. I saw this and I did a double take. First thought that came to my mind is, I gotta talk about this. Well, first thought was, let me dig into this deeper, and then I was like, oh yeah, we gotta hit on this. So, transparent wood is said to be 10 times stronger than glass. That's correct. Now let's get into the details. Researchers are working on creating transparent wood that would be a viable alternative to glass or plastic. Testing has shown that transparent wood is 3 times stronger than plexiglass and 10 times stronger than, I'm assuming, regular glass. Transparent wood could also prove useful in other applications like smart windows. But then my next thought is, well, how do you see through the wood? It says, after years of experiments, the researchers see transparent wood as having a promising future in a variety of applications. Now it says, if you're wondering how they made see-through wood, it's a process that involves modifying or removing a substance called lignin. This glue-like substance is what holds the tube-like cells that transport water and nutrients throughout a tree together and helps give the tree its brown color. The researchers removed or bleached the lignin to remove the color, then filled it with epoxy resin to render it transparent. Wow. That is amazing. It says, according to Berglund and lead scientist, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Mr. Hu at millimeter thick sheets of transparent wood allow 80 to 90% of light through. However, this light transmittance starts dropping the closer the sheet of glass the closer the sheet gets to a centimeter thick. In addition, tests that measured how easily the wood fractured or broke under pressure and found transparent wood is 3 times stronger than plexiglass and 10 times stronger than glass. This due to the slim profile of wood sheets, the material is seen as a potentially great alternative to glass or plastic for display screens. It's also seen as a possibility of being a viable candidate to replace glass for windows. However, transparent wood windows would be closer to something like frosted glass. Because remember, they said over a centimeter thick, the transparency drops to 80 to 90%. Instead of it being thinner than a centimeter, I'm sure it's close to 100%. It's also been found that these windows can be used to mimic smart windows that switch from transparent to tinted. Wow, that's amazing. According to the report, transparent wood isn't as environmentally friendly as glass yet, since the epoxy resin is a petroleum-derived plastic product. But the two research groups are working on more environmentally sustainable substitutes like hydrogen peroxide with UV radiation and a bio-based polymer created from citrus peels. Wow, this stuff is absolutely crazy. That came out of nowhere. So my first thoughts are, that's insane. My second thought was, is it really possible? Like, is it really? I know they can do it in a research lab, but is it? Can you get to the point where it's like manufacturable? Because millions upon millions of cell phones are sold every single year. Let me find. Hang on. Let me see. All right. So look at this. I just googled this. I googled how many smartphones are sold worldwide. And the total number of smartphones sold worldwide per year is, now it's kind of, you gotta convert it. It's 1,516 million units, which turns into a billion, correct? 1.5 billion smartphones sold every year. So how is it now? I know they're just not going to take all these smartphones and transfer them to have a wood panel or a wood glass. And that's the other thing. You're actually, so who makes the glass for the smartphones for Android? It is Gorilla Glass. They have, I'm gonna say perfected, but they've basically dominated the market for. Now we're not talking about displays where you actually look, that has the color, that has the actual little diode, the LEDs in there. Samsung makes the majority of those, even for Apple, and another company called BOE. Samsung and BOE, and LG did some, but I think they folded their mobile department. But anyway, so that wouldn't affect the Samsung or the BOEs, but it would affect Gorilla Glass. They make I believe the Gorilla Glass 2, or Gorilla Glass Victus 2 is on the current flagship of Android devices, and they're moving on to a newer generation with this new S24 Ultra. But I wonder if this would, trust me, I'm going to keep an eye on this in the future and see where this goes. I'll check it every now and then, but nothing crazy. But I want to see if this is viable. That would be a industry disruptor, and I'm sure Gorilla Glass would do anything and everything to try and stop them from, because that would impede on their industry, their profits, their revenue, their business, unless they wanted to get into wood. It would be Gorilla Wood instead of Gorilla Glass, Gorilla Wood. It's possible. It was 8 or 9 years ago. I believe I had the S2. You remember Samsung Galaxy S2? And then I saw some pictures from HTC Thunderbolt. Do y'all remember that? It was the first LTE phone in the country by at&t. And that wasn't even that long ago. That was 8 or 9 years ago. So just how fast things change. So in 5 years from now, in 8 or 9 years from now, could have wood displays. It's certainly possible. Again, with how technology changes and transforms, I'm not doubting it. I'm not going to say, no, that would never happen, or they're not going to do that. No, it very well could be a standard on all smartphones, even Apple, right? Stuff changes overnight and may trend that way, right? It could be cost effective if it saved Apple or Samsung. Remember, they have to buy this Gorilla Glass. They have to buy this, the glass that goes on top of your display. They have to buy that from, Samsung buys theirs from Gorilla Glass, like with the Pixel, from Gorilla Glass. I think Apple does their own. But it could save, what if this company brought a new product and manufactured a new product, done tons of R&D on it, and said, hey, ours is made of wood, but it's just as good as our competitor, Gorilla Glass. In fact, it's better. It's 10 times stronger. It won't break under heavy loads, and we can save you 30% over what you're spending on with Gorilla Glass, right? We can save you $115 million per year on going with our product. Yeah, Samsung, Google, companies are going to do that. Look, they're very, very thin margins in the cell phone manufacturing world in business. So they stopped putting chargers in boxes, right? Why do you think they did that? To be more environmentally friendly, like they stated? No, to save money. Because they're just throwing money out the door. They can take that charger away out of your box, and they save $3 or $2 on every charger that it costs them to manufacture. Well, you see how many smartphones are sold? Those $2 or $3 turns into billions and billions of dollars they save by not putting a charger in there. They're not trying to save the environment. They don't give a damn about the environment. They say they do, but they don't. It's all about the money. Bottom line, it's about the money. That's why they stopped putting chargers in the box, right? That's why a lot of these cell phone companies used to have screen protectors come on their devices when you bought them, like OnePlus. Who else did that? Samsung did it for a little while. Why did they stop doing that? Because of the money. So if this becomes a real thing, a real viable thing, I could definitely see this being standard on all smartphones, even Apple, right? So very cool piece of technology news that I love to review and bring forward to everybody. So I want to thank you for your time, and as I mentioned, I'll keep an eye on this story and everything else as well. So please stay tuned, subscribe if you have not. We got a ton of stuff, right? S24 is coming right around the corner. Got tons. We're getting one. We're gonna have tons of S24 content. We're gonna compare it with everything. Trust me, we're gonna go through the whole thing with internal testing and testing amongst other devices, case reviews. I have more cases on the way, and we're the best in the business when it comes to case reviews. We got unboxings. We got more earbud reviews. We got good responses from my Galaxy Buds FE review. So we're going to do more earbud reviews, and we got it all over here. If it involves mobile technology, it involves eSIM Studios. So I thank you, and have a good weekend. Peace out.